Sport Fishing on the Fly is brought to you by Togen's Fly Shop, Maui Jim Sunglasses, and Hardy Rods and Reels.
Good day, folks, and welcome to another segment on the bench. Today I'm going to tie you up one of my little Conehead UV leeches. This is the ultimate leech, and I'm just putting this on the Conehead, and just wanted to go over the materials we need and the importance of using UV materials in a lot of your patterns. We really have some nice new materials coming out here to be used, and here's a leech pattern that definitely works well. And let's go over the materials we need to tie the fly. Start, I'm going to be using a Daiichi 2220 size 10 streamer hook. In front of that, I'm just going to be using a small black Conehead, and also be using some lead on the shank, some 020 lead. As you can see, there's going to be some small copper wire to help me with my wire brush. I'm going to be using some 6/0 black thread, and the underbody, we can be using some Magnum. This is Holographic Flashabou, and this is the Magnum in the Cranberry color. And you can also, if you want, you can go with the black Flashabou as well, the Magnum. Nice wide strips. And the secret sauce to this will be the UV2 from Spirit River, Coelex. A lot of UV. There's two different shades of UV in here. You can see when you get the UV light on it how that pops. So it's a good color. The fish can really see it. So let's get a hook in the vise and tie you one up. These Ultimate Leech, the UV black. So I have my small cone on there, and I went in behind with covering about the front 2/3 of the shank with 020 lead. I'll take my wire or thread to the back here. I do this with my rotary vise. So this is the way I tie it. You'll want to maybe modify that to use for your dubbing loops. Get my wire tied in there nice and secure. Then I bring my thread right in behind the Conehead. Then I'll bring 3 or 4 strands of the Flashabou here. Tie that in just behind the bead or the Conehead. Make sure that's all tied down good. Then I'll just, for those of you that are using rotaries, what I'll do here is I'm just going to spread these 3 or 4 strands out. I'll take my thread with my other finger, just kind of goes ahead, and I'm following up behind with my holographic. What that basically is doing is just getting my thread to the rear of the hook where I want it. I want to get the shank covered with the holographic, and then I'll tie it off there. And just step the way I do it, so I can have my thread at the back here now with the wire, and then I can build my wire brush and bring in a dubbing brush table. This is where you could be using your dubbing loop. Just take my thread over top of the table, bring out some of this UV black. It's all mixed and blended. There's greens and hot pink, kind of a fuchsia in there. It's quite a coloration. It's very sparse. Put it across the thread. Bring my wire in between. I'm just going to reverse turn this. And turn that till it gets tight in my finger. Now I can start feeling my, and I use this small wire on there. Get a little bit of my material pinched in there. Then I'll grab a nice coarse brush. Make sure I brush this out very well. Try to get it on the camera here so you can see it. This is basically going to become a hackle. Get my table out of the way. And then I'll take this wire and I'll just kind of right on top of each other at the back till I can get my material in there. Then I'll pull it off the side. You can see the nice UV Silex coming off. Now I'm just going to make some equal turns. Keep working it. And I leave about half of my hook exposed with the underbody. It'll shine through. You'll see that more so in the water than you will in the vise. I have a little extra here. I'll just tie that off. Cut that off. You can dig that Silex out of there if you like and use a little later. Lots of turns on there with my whip finish tool. Then I'll bring in just a bodkin needle just to help get any of the fibers in here that are loose. But that Flashabou really comes through underneath. It looks really good. I don't tie a tail on it because you'll have enough length there in these fibers. Once I brush it back, that'll give it enough length. So I got a really nice thin body, which leeches, we can never seem to get them slender enough. And underneath you'll see, especially when the sunshine hits that underbody, the holographic flash. So there it is. Pretty simple little fly, quite deadly. Got all the color combinations in there for you. The black Silex. And so there you go. Take one of these flies with you. Tie a bunch more up for your buddies because I'm sure they're going to really be happy to see you catch all them big trout. Leeches do give up some of the biggest trout in our still waters are eating leeches most of the year. They're always readily available. And don't forget to use the UV materials nowadays wherever you can. There's lots of places to utilize it. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to sign up for a membership, Sports Fishing on the Fly. Get you for all these fly tying videos. And we'd like to thank you again for watching. Catch you again real soon.